So, welcome to our Spreak class, perfectly safe, where in the mind of God, right? Forever, only there where it is. There's a lot going on today, and also all the time. It is that time where really things are sorted out, and that's never something negative. It's never a bad thing. If there is something sorting out, there's also the truth sorting in, and this is what we are always really grateful for, that um, in that sort out of limited ideas of illusions, there is we are actually sorted in that plan of atonement, in that alignment with the Holy Spirit, in that alignment with truth. And yeah, we will look a little bit today at what Jesus has to say using A Course in Miracles. That's what we are here for, to teach A Course in Miracles. And there is a passage, it is in chapter 24, which is the goal for specialness, in the treachery of specialness, and then the forgiveness of specialness. And he talks about that the key you threw away, God gave your brother, right? And that is really where this sort out also occurs. If that key that has been given us to enter heaven, to enter directly our source, the wholeness of ourselves, which means opening up the portal, the door completely, that makes us recognize who we are and who our brother is. If we don't use that in a certain time, if we are not living up to that function of forgiveness as the light of the world, then of course it is not that there would be a separation, but it's quite an idea actually to say, uh, well, look, nobody is really waiting for you in the entire universe. Either you are ready, and if you are ready, then you are also ready to fulfill your function. And that includes a certain responsibility to see that you are the maker of all of what you see. It's no good use, or it doesn't do anybody good, for sure not yourself, if you're going to try to transform that by putting that responsibility on your brother, on anybody else, on somebody else, on a world, on a coronavirus, on the Chinese, on whoever comes into your mind, right? That's how the ego has set it up, in order to also keep it in separation. But where we are now also instructed, and that will be a theme today we will share and look at, is it looks like the only instruction that we would need to keep in order to control this disease called coronavirus disease 2019, is by keeping a social distance. And on the level of the illusion, that might be the only prescription and the only instruction that we really should follow and take seriously. But it needs a little bit more of understanding, because there is a distance within the material world that is actually a complete natural state of mind. Within material world, within two particles, there is a distance in between two atoms. There is a distance. Also in the particle science, they are trying to find out, what's going on in that distance, and they find those new elements there. Or if you just look at the uh, physicists which look at how atoms react. I mean, that's nothing new, but it's very clear that atoms do not meet. There is a distance in between. There's a space in between. And we are here to investigate now into that space. But you see, first, that needs an acceptance in our mind. It needs an acceptance that everything on the material world, on material reality, there is a distance between the particles. There's a space in between. And that really what we discover is the power of our mind, the power of light that we fulfill in forgiveness as our function. That power of light is what we call the Holy Spirit. So I'm going to invite you for a moment. Um, Go please to the Voice from Heaven on Spreaker.com and join me there for another moment. And yeah, you will find all that archived also there on Spreaker.com in the Voice from Heaven. I love you and I see you right there. I have just here a moment of a transitional music, and there we go. Yeah, thank you that you're here. Yeah, I'm a little bit delayed today. Everything fine. Yeah? See you right there.